Hey everyone, this is Zach from Scenic Sights and Bites. On this episode of Cooking with Zach, I'm going to show you how to make ghee. Now, for those of you who don't know what ghee is, it's basically clarified butter, which is great for anyone that's doing a keto type diet or anyone with an intolerance or allergy to dairy products. And so if you want to be able to have a buttery type fat in place of butter in your recipes, ghee is the way to go. If this is your first time watching us, I'd like to welcome you to our channel. Click that red subscribe button, ding that little bell that's beside it so you get notified whenever we put out a new travel or food related video. You can also find us on Instagram, so we look forward to seeing you. Now let's get started. The list of ingredients for ghee is actually pretty simple. You're going to need butter, however much you want. Ideally you want to have unsalted butter, but salted butter works as well. You're going to want to have a deep pan with a good solid base and something to filter the milk particles out, such as a coffee filter and strainer setup like I have here. Some kind of a bowl underneath to catch the ghee that's been strained out of the particles. You're also going to want to have a container with a tight fitting lid to store it in. So preferably glass, plastic if you don't have that. And I've got one of those right there. So let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, take your butter and cut it into 1-inch cubes. Throw them in the pot over medium-high heat, and if your stove's a little bit hot, then you can turn it down to medium. Now you're going to want to occasionally stir that just to make sure they're melting nice and evenly. Once it gets to the point where it starts to boil, you're going to turn your heat down a little bit, so to medium heat typically works, a little bit less if your stove's hotter, and don't touch it. You don't want to stir it at this point. Let it do its thing. Now you can see in my video it's splattering like crazy. Well, that's because I'm using salted butter. If you use unsalted butter, you're going to get the foam, but you're not going to get as much splattering. Whatever you do, make sure that it's not too high because you don't want to burn this. Now that foaming is going to go on for 10-15 minutes depending on your stove, and it's going to clear up. At this point, this is where you have to really be watching because it only clears up for a very short amount of time before it foams again. And the second foam is right about where we're going to end it. If you just want clear butter, you could stop it here. If you want a nicer flavor ghee, you can leave it on a few more seconds, maybe 20-30 seconds until the bottom just starts to brown, then take it off. You don't want to burn the bottom. You'll wreck your ghee. Now I'm straining it through my coffee filter, which works pretty good, but you have to have patience. Once it cools off, it doesn't go through as fast, and once the filter clogs up a little bit, it doesn't go through as fast. Look at that nice brown caramelized look on that pan. That was great. Anyways, so I moved the filter around a little bit just to get it straining through different parts of the filter. It takes quite a while, so you have to be patient, but you end up with this beautiful gold colored ghee. It's hard to tell in that measuring cup just how much is there. It smells great. Now I'm going to pour it into my glass storage container. I do have a tight fitting airtight lid that I'm going to use once this cools off and solidifies. If you put the lid on too soon, then you're going to get condensation build up and that can actually spoil it. So leave the lid off until it's solid. The bits in the bottom of the pan, some people use. I don't, but there are recipes for different things you can make out of them.
Look at this liquid gold. It's cooled off enough that I'm able to put the lid on it. Looks great. It will solidify some more over time. So by tomorrow it should be a little more firm. You can keep it on the counter for up to 6 months, preferably in a dark place. You can keep it in the fridge for even longer. So this stuff is really stable. Anyways, now that you've seen just how easy it is to make homemade ghee, I hope you try it for yourself. You can save yourself a lot of money over store-bought ghee. A store-bought ghee can be quite expensive. If you found this video useful, I hope you give it a like and share it with those who might benefit from it as well. On behalf of Kelly and myself, thanks for watching.